Hi and hello and welcome to Two Men On. I, of course, am Fred Slow. Alongside me is Van Nunley, but we're doing it in the world of digital, as we so often do. And you can join us in the live chat. If you're live chatting with us, we will say hello. Van, welcome to the program.
This isn't Howie's.
I mean,
where am I?
do you have that emotion where you're sad after it ends, or do you have an emotion where you're happy for your liver, or do you have an emotion where you're looking forward to it again come football season?
Well, you know me. I'm the eternal optimist. I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
Okay, I mean,
so I'm obviously looking forward to next football season every Monday at Howie's.
Yeah.
But as you know, I'm going to be at Howie's a lot.
Yeah,
like a lot.
It is our one digital dip on a Monday today, because starting next Monday, you and I and the program are going to the Uptown Sports Bar here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're so super excited for that. All the fun and success we have with the exact formula we use at Howie's, we're now going to use at Uptown Sports Bar. But instead of Monday Night Football, it's Monday Night Raw. So
man.
So we're going to have to give us that little private room there off to the side. So you and I, Sally Taylor, who regularly is my co-host, are going over, and in an array of friends will join us, and it will be so much fun. And you can come and hang out with us, and we're going to do the fun raffle giveaways, and we're going to drink drinks, and we're going to watch Monday Night Raw with the audio on, which is a fun thing and good. And because the Royal Rumble was this past weekend, now's the time to get back into pro wrestling. So welcome back, everyone.
Well, I can't wait for you to catch me up on all the storylines that I'm obviously not paying attention to, because I'm not a mark. The only wrestling organization that I know about is obviously Duke City Championship Wrestling. I could tell you all about that.
Yeah, that is coming up this Saturday. That is the 7th at the historic El Rey Theater. Tickets might be sold out. Stand by. I'm going to pull it up real quick.
You want to put your butt in a chair. It's sold out.
Yeah, GA is available. But I know that GA is standing room in my industry.
If you want to hang with me at the bar, GA is more than enough, baby.
There's a couple seats, but it's not a lot of seats. So get yours if you want to get yours. It will sell out. So that is a update I just gave you. Also, Van, because the Royal Rumble was this past weekend, I didn't go. You know how I am. Traditionally, this week is a very busy week for you and I. And we will travel around the country, and we will enjoy the Royal Rumble, and then we will go immediately to Super Bowl week. We're not at either of those things. This is the first time in years that we have not been at either of those things, and that's kind of an interesting one, because what do you do?
Like, what do people do the week before the Super Bowl? 5 years in a row, I've been in the site of the Super Bowl on Radio Row doing that damn thing.
Do you have to go like locally? So do you go like a bar?
I don't know.
Made my mouth feel weird.
You mentioned not being at Howie's on a Monday, saving my liver. Not being on Radio Row this week, that's what's going to save my liver. They treat us too well. The NFL does the week before the Super Bowl. Every night there's multiple events. It's an absolute blast. But as far as my mental and physical health go, it's going to be real nice this year.
It will be good. It will be different good, I guess. It was similar to the Royal Rumble, because I didn't go to that. And normally I go to the Royal Rumble every year, and I think everyone's kind of familiar with how healthy and fun my relationship with WWE is. But it was in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to go to Saudi Arabia.
Like, you're not going to hop on Triple H's private jet and fly out to Saudi Arabia?
I tell you what, if WWE had offered to charter me, I would have maybe considered it, but sure. I don't think I mess with Saudi Arabia. And I know that WWE does, and I know that WWE gets the monies. You know, they built a 20,000 person arena just from the dirt in days. Like, that's crazy. It took 1 month to build this whole venue, and I guess they're tearing it down as we speak.
To build another?
No, they're like, yeah, we'll just pop this one up every time you guys come.
Like a circus tent? They made a Royal Rumble like a circus tent, had it pop up, and then took it down?
You ever watch those time-lapse videos when an arena like goes from having ice to having like monster truck and then a basketball court or whatever?
Love it.
This was a dirt. I mean, it's Saudi Arabia, right? So this was a dirt deal, And then they were like, all right, stadium up. And this started like the day after Christmas. And then it was done like a month later. And they just put 20,000 something people in there and had a Royal Rumble. That's a real thing that just happened.
There, I would love to go to one of those in Saudi Arabia or Dubai or Abu Dhabi, like the once, just to get eyes on that culture and see what it's really like in real time, in person. The culture doesn't really match me and my
No.
moral compass and
Nope.
the way I choose to live my life. They get a lot of things wrong, in my opinion, except for not letting women drive. They nailed that one.
Yeah,
Like they got that one right.
So
but
smart.
besides all the other ones, like, come on, man, like figure it out.
I was talking to someone and they were like, how did they really build this whole building? And I go, well, I'm trying, like, the government pays for WWE coming in there, so it's like a government run sport. It's the same thing with the Live Golf, the way they do all that. And I'm going into like also slaves.
Yeah, well, yeah, slave labor.
Yeah, slaves. It was slaves.
Sure, just
Like,
slaves.
like,
Yes, he's your slave.
yeah, and then I guess the tickets are like dirt cheap. Like at some parts, I mean, not ringside, how WWE is, but you could get in to like the top for like $20, which is.
They let the pores go in.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you have to have certain like what's it, like social credits.
Right.
Yeah, social credits might be a thing. But they went in, and then the Royal Rumble is, so they do the men and the women now. But the women in Saudi Arabia cannot wear their traditional big booty, big butt outfits. They have to wear like fully covered clothes. Have you seen this?
Is it still like skin tight, but there's no skin showing, but it's still skin tight?
That is very much it. Yes, what you just said is what it is.
Did Charlotte Flair put on a hijab? Like, how does this work?
All right, I'm going to share my screen with you real quick. So the thing that was interesting about it, which is whatever, right? These are some historically too. These aren't just from this year. But like here's like your favorite Asuka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like here's Asuka.
Oh, she's like fully clothed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and so they all kind of look like Edward Scissorhands, quite a bit. Like that's part of their thing or whatever. Cool, I guess. But weird. So Liv Morgan wins the whole thing, and she's the champ of champions, and she's going to go on to main event WrestleMania. And then in the men's world, it is Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is going to go on to win the Royal Rumble. He's going to go on to headline WrestleMania. And that's a story we've seen like 11 times now in a row. And like there's an exhaustion in WWE fan base, but I think that's the idea, right? Like the idea is they're setting up like some of these all-time characters. And with that said, Van, those that loved him originally because he never got a shot, now those are the ones that hate him, now the casual one love, and you just get this super fun dynamic, which you can share with Van and I every Monday night. Also, Solly Taylor, because we'll be at the Uptown Sports Bar doing the program and then watching Monday Night Raw. So come hang out with us if you're a pro wrestling fan. We're also going to make the announcement at Pro Wrestling, which is Thrill of Tradition. That's Duke City Championship Wrestling this upcoming Saturday, the 7th at the historic El Rey Theater. So there you go.
Yeah, come hang out on Monday, Uptown Sports Bar, and mansplain what's going on in the WWE to me, because I don't know.
No.
Also, by the way, were the men allowed to show some skin?
Yeah.
In Saudi Arabia?
They're just regular.
The dudes can just have nips out, but the ladies can't?
AJ Styles retired. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did not see that.
Okay, yeah, he retired. Yeah, he gone. He got Gunther'd. He got Gunther'd out. So Gunther retired John Cena last month. Retired AJ Styles this month. He just keeps choking out all my favorite people.
Dang.
Yeah, it's brutal.
You're just Black Widowing all these dudes?
Do Black Widows choke? Because I think it's more like
they go down your throat.
I think you're thinking of Medusa.
Often am.
What is that snake that gets you, that chokes you? The constrictor? The
boa constrictor?
That's what you're talking about.
My anaconda don't.
I am not afraid of boa constrictors because I've seen them in film, and I believe they move very slowly, and I can outpace them.
Some of them are faster than you think.
I believe that anacondas are fast in water. That is the thing I've been told, or at least I've ascertained. And I believe that boa constrictors are very slow.
I think their food usually comes to them, so they don't really have to like be high effort.
What do you mean it comes to them?
It just hops along, and then the snake and swallows it.
I don't think they bite, do they? They just wrap you
By
up.
the way, to our listening only audience, I was doing little dancing fingers like a mammal, and then I did slithery snake hands with my other hand and ate it.
You did little bunny foo-foo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the eating hand, you did not do the way I would traditionally do a hand, which is like the everyone's a Lobo style hand.
Right.
The open and close. You did a sideways, like you're concealing a quarter that you're gonna that's gonna magically appear behind a child's ear.
It was more of a swimming eel than it was a slithering snake. But here I got a snake one for like a snake shadow puppet. I could do that too. I got that one.
Slithery snake.
Thank you.
Slithery snake right there. Emmy's real last
snack.
I talk about that too. But yeah, we're not at the Super Bowl. So everyone that has kind of been it, because we're a little bit the leader of the Super Bowl. Like that's been like our thing the last several years, where if you're a first timer, you come to us because we were one time first timers and boys help boys. And if you're established in the game, you know that we are the guys that aren't necessarily putting our jobs out front. We're putting our party out front.
Correct.
So we're going to be able to connect to. And my little cell phone has just been going crazy with when do you land? When do you get in here? What's the, give me the 411. People always say that. And I keep saying, sorry, ellipses. Forget the man and the clicky claims because we're not there. We're being held down. I always say that we're being held down. And then I go, but the real answer is Van won't set foot in San Francisco since they got rid of all the gays.
Did they do that? That's other news. You hit me with AJ Styles. I didn't know about that. Now you hit me with there's no gays in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's not the Mecca anymore.
What, did ICE get them out?
I don't think that's what
ICE is going after gays too.
No, I don't think. I think that one's on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
ICE is an interesting one because I was going to theme whatever Super Bowl party we go to. I was going to theme all the foods, and to me, it was coming. Should I theme all the foods after ICE, or should I theme all the foods after Jeffrey Epstein?
Why not both? ¿Por qué no los dos?
So I thought that too, right? And I thought, well, I have a list here of all the people in the world of sports who are associated with Jeffrey Epstein. So I thought, why don't we do that? That's what.
Yeah.
So I thought on the invitation, we tell everyone to bring a Steve Tisch dish. How do you feel about that?
Oh, Tisch dish?
Yeah, like
I like that a lot.
You come to the party about a little Steve Tisch dish on the hyperlocal. Did you see that Manny Gonzalez was on the island?
I did not.
Are you being
that
serious?
Is not surprising whatsoever, though.
So there's this crazy guy who was he was like the sheriff or something.
Yeah.
He was like the police chief, and of Albuquerque, and he's like a way too rich conservative, like through law enforcement, but obviously like tomfoolery and bribes and dong copter.
Yeah.
And he was
That's
on
the only way. That's the only reason I knew who he was the dong copter.
Oh yeah. But he'd been doing like weird stuff forever. And he tried to run for Senate like 18 months ago, 2 years ago, and they were like, "No, you're disqualified for all these reasons. Like you cannot run for Senate. Like you're weird as hell, dude."
Having nothing to do with the Epstein list.
Yeah, correct. Or maybe
they didn't even have that data yet.
They just didn't publicly say. But yeah, he's on the list. Like, which is crazy. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of them, right? So did you see the chairman of the Olympics in 2028 was on there?
I mean, not a surprise whatsoever.
So Casey Wasserman is his name. And then it looks here, they have text messages going back to 2003, which was the prime of the Epstein Island, which is the thing I keep saying. I keep saying that to people, like, this didn't happen yesterday.
Sure.
Like, this happened 20 years ago. So when everyone makes the joke like, bet you were on the list, Fred, I go, yeah, as a child, as a victim.
Yeah,
Like,
if
yeah,
anything.
yeah. Anyone my age or a little bit younger, if we were there, it's because people were doing things to us.
Yeah.
Is that what
What
you're
did you
talking
go
about?
there to do? Fix their pool?
Gosh. And then Todd Bowley, the owner of Chelsea and part owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers and Lakers. So there you go.
Not a surprise.
Yeah, not a surprise. Paul Allen, who used to own the Seahawks and the Trailblazers and part of the soccer team up there, but he's dead. So now his trust owns it. And I guess they're going up for sale after the Super Bowl. Did you see all this?
I did.
So, and I guess it has to do with there's a law, and I didn't know this. 30% of an NFL team has to be owned by one person, which I did not know. Also, I think the Green Bay Packers are probably breaking that rule. And
Grandfathered.
they have to sell it like in a reasonable amount of time, is deemed by whatever the NFL, and they have not done it because he's been dead for like years. And so his sister, she runs the whole thing, but she doesn't because she's not the trust. She's just the trustee.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
So then, so the NFL was like, listen, if you don't sell it, we're going to fine you $5 million. And she goes, yeah, that's fine. Do you know what this thing is worth?
Yeah. $5 million? Okay.
Yeah, we'll just keep paying the fine every year.
I'll charge an extra $1 for parking. Like, that's nothing.
And she only gets like some of the money for some reason. I wasn't 100% clear on this, but the rest of it goes to the trust, and then the trust gets broken up. I don't know, probate or however you deal with all that stuff. But yeah, it's like the time that $5 million has become like the cost of doing business.
Right.
A lot of money there. Josh Harris, co-owner of the Washington Commanders, Philadelphia 76ers, New Jersey Devils, Crystal Palace, and a new WNBA franchise in Philadelphia. So,
like he owns the bottom shelf homeless people vodka, that Crystal Palace.
Oh, I thought it was a strip club.
I don't know.
It's a
I'm
strip
aware
club.
of one Crystal Palace, not so much the other one.
I think it's a franchise of strip clubs because it's a strip club I grew up next to in St. Louis. And then it's one I believe I've been to in like the Atlanta area.
Nope. I don't know that Crystal Palace.
I think it's also
Teenage Van is familiar with the other one. Faux show.
No, I don't even know the other one you're talking about. But in the list, you know what I mean? So on the deal, David Tepper, who owns the Carolina Panthers. I mean, Stephen Ross, owner of the Dolphins.
No surprise that you're just rattling off billionaires in sports, and they're all connected to Epstein Island. This is not surprising to me whatsoever.
Kraft, Dan Snyder, Ron Burkle, who's the Penguins. I mean, there's just so many of them here.
We know Bobby Kraft already likes a nice little tug job from Asian adults, though. I don't know about children.
Out at Epstein Island the exact same time that Donald Trump was out there, Sammy Sosa.
That was my favorite one. Out of all this, Sammy Sosa is my favorite one.
Maybe he didn't go to the island. It says here that he's spent time at a party at a castle in the Hamptons. Google castle in the Hamptons. That seems weird. Christoph Porzingis, who played all over the NBA. I think in the way that whenever he's Russian, right? Whenever Russians get to the United States, I think they all keep like a super thick community. So I wouldn't be surprised if him and Melania are 5 minutes separated because she apparently was a victim at Epstein Island until Donald Trump made her his.
Captain Save-A-Ho.
This one didn't make any sense to me. Jersey purchases of NFL quarterbacks Peyton Manning and Geno Smith.
The what?
Yeah, so I guess they would do these like gift baskets the way that Derek Jeter used to for visitors. And some of that was like autographed. And I don't think Peyton knew he was signing like that or Geno. But
yeah, sure.
But they ended up with that stuff. Arthur Blank.
Again, I mean, I'm not making my surprise face at any of these except for Sammy Sosa.
Can I give you a surprise one?
Sure.
Arthur Ashe?
A bit.
Yeah.
A bit. That would have been at the tail end of Arthur Ashe, right? He passed quite some time ago.
Yeah. And when I get in, also, we don't know the degree of all these things, right? It's either their name came up or whatever.
Yeah,
but
their names are just named in emails, and then an AI program found these names and made a list of all these names. It's not like every single person on this list is some kind of human trafficking rapist. Not everyone is. There's a percentage for sure.
And it's like a super acceptable thing now for some reason to have. So that's very regular. No one even cares, really. Like,
it's wild to me. Like, we saw this with the Panama Papers.
Yeah.
Remember, right before COVID, all that information came out about hiding money all over the world and defrauding governments and exactly the game plan of how they do it. Nothing happened with
literally
that.
Zero things.
So, yeah, and then most likely, unless they have direct, concrete evidence within the statute of limitations for whatever crime that they allegedly committed, probably nothing will happen to them as well.
I'm obsessed with this stuff. Like, some of it reads like brutally. I was reading a thing the other day where they're like, hey, just so everyone's in the loop on this email thread, couple soldiers killed in Mexico and an ambassador, and we believe it's because they were going to snitch on some stuff. So that seems resolved. You go, what? What? Excuse me as I clear my throat. You go, what? That's just an email?
Yeah.
Imagine things that were phone calls.
Are you referring to the person who had a whole campaign that he ran on draining the swamp and getting this cabal of powerful people who traffic human beings, using the Epstein files and releasing the Epstein files to bust all those people, and got a whole movement of people, all these far right red hats, and then all the QAnon people who are 100% sold that Donald Trump was a Trojan horse to expose all these people and get them out of positions of power and authority and money and stop this human trafficking and sex ring. The same people who were supportive of this now are just like, meh, not our guys. The other ones, maybe, not our guys.
Oh, also, there's a caravan coming. Watch out.
Oh, a new caravan?
No, but there's just always one. You listen to 2 Men On. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Van and I are bringing you news, pop culture, sports, current events, everything from the day previous and that to come. Yesterday, Van, the 68th annual Grammy Awards took place. They did that in Los Angeles. It was hosted again by Trevor Noah on CBS for the last time, which didn't really seem like CBS was giving a single F.
Well, they let them run wild on their last performance. You know, CBS has had a change of programming and a change of attitude and a change of handling of this administration and world events. Dare I say, they're part of the fake news crew now. So I think this is their last one. They weren't even going to try to police it. They're like, we'll just be done with it after this. You guys go crazy one last time.
Yeah, I agree with you. It felt loose to the degree of like pro wrestling, where like there's this thing in pro wrestling where the first match of the night doesn't go outside the ring, and then from there it just builds, like anything could happen. And one point Justin Bieber's in his chonies and his socks and he's singing, and there's just a million things going on. I just named one, but there's a million. And I'm not old man slow. Like, I'm into all this. Like Chaperone's dress, I'm into that. I'm into bold outfits and big statements, and I'm into give me the whole thing. I want it. It's entertainment. This is why we're here. I thought we would have more like Y2K leaning outfits because that seems to be the thing recently. I was kind of
Sure.
excited to be down that nostalgia train. It wasn't really there the way I thought, but it's
Well, the
going
Y2K nostalgia, that's for the normies. That's not for the elite. That's not for the upper echelon.
Okay, I didn't know that.
They get to wear dresses that hang from their nipple piercings.
That was, hey, Chaperone went hard.
That's the hardest of all time.
I think it was the hardest of all time. Miley's definitely past her bangers area stuff, and I'm like, oh, like I'm into adult Miley. Like, what? How did this happen in my life? Like, I've watched her through the whole thing. I guess the way that like fans of Justin Bieber watched him through the whole thing. You know, where it's like Harry Styles in his Jinko style jeans and his vest with his bare cabbage chest underneath of it, and I go, no, this is the right kind of I don't know, glam. I don't know what word to use. This is the right type of weird. All these guys seem the regular amount of weird, and now there's a new dark weird. Now there's a new, and I'm going to use like Jelly Roll as an example. There's a new dark weird where like reporters say, "Hey, do us a favor, just condemn ICE. Can you do that for us?"
Not him. No way.
Wouldn't do it. And then
you can't turn away the people who buy your albums. Like, let's really take a look at who Jelly Roll's fandom is. The people who are buying his concert tickets, the people who are buying his albums.
Yeah.
His demographic loves ICE.
In the darkest way. Like, and then, you know, there's this facade thing, right? Because like, and Jelly Roll's known as like dropping the N-bomb. Jelly Roll's known as this weird MAGA supporting hate-filled deal, right? And then he goes in this like big God kick. And that's when it gets real interesting because he wins this contemporary country Grammy or something, beat out that Tyler Childers, who I really like. And then he's like, you know, I'm not even governed by the government. I'm governed by God. Like, God is the thing. God is leading me. Mm-hmm. And then everyone who loves God is like, is that like real? And then people who love hatred are like, oh, now he loves God too. So that makes him like even cooler. And you like miss. And then he did a big announcement today, like doing a tour with Post Malone. And I guess maybe Kid Rock's involved in a lot of parts of this. And you're like, I don't think that's the flex you think it is the day after the Super Bowl. Or not Super Bowl, the Grammys. Like, I don't think that's the flex you think it is. Miss the mark in every single way, Jelly Roll. You is weird.
I'll admit the algorithm got me at first. I was good guy Jelly Roll team there for a minute, you know, in and out of jail, beat drug addiction, blah, 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 raising a family, like trying to help out other people with addiction struggles, yada, yada, yada. And then he goes on the MAGA snake oil salesman train. It's just like peddling the same language, the same activities that all of these other hucksters are using too.
Whenever we first heard of him, we were working in radio in Albuquerque here terrestrially. And it was just like free tickets on the counter at the radio station. You know, it was like no one had interest. It was, I remember specifically the company-wide email goes out and it says, hey, we have free, I don't even mean like GA. I mean like,
VIP
can like
boxes.
you can like be the, and it was, we got all these, whatever, a ton of tickets because no one's buying Jelly Roll tickets. Do you want to go? And I remember the company-wide email, like I'm the guy and I respond, all right, I'll buy it. Who is Jelly Roll? Like, because that's what that was. And now, because so many of these succubuses, I don't know another word to use, they're all latched into, you know, that Morgan Wallen, like people of ignorance and hate kind of thing. And he's just been like lifted by that, like propelled by that. And I don't get that addiction, but it's impossible to ignore, you know, and you, like you said, he's fatigued out the redemption arc thing.
Yeah.
You know, he's cosplaying rap, you know, and then he's cosplaying country. And then I there's no rock and roll anymore. So I think like that fan base is trying to do it. You know what I mean? And he has just the simplest lyrics. Like, I'm not even trying to be like really critical here, but like, I think his biggest hit song is, God help God. Those are two easy words. Like, if you are stupid, you will get his messaging. It's wild.
Yeah, I 100% think he's a grifter for sure. He knows what he's doing. He's got a very calculated PR team who's cultivating him in a way that he's going to take over a certain demographic. And as we've seen over the past 8, 10, 12 years, there's an obvious market for that.
Right.
There's always been a market, since P.T. Barnum, that, these people will flock to that kind of messaging. They will flock to anger and hate and division as long as you're on their team.
There's also this new, I don't know how to describe it. White guys singing Christian music style thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a year old, maybe it's 2. I'm trying to come up. Rhett Walker. I could just run the list here, right? But it's all these guys, including Zach Bryan, including the Childers, including all these dudes, where there's a genre now where all white dudes singing are just singing about God. And I mean, some of it hits, I guess. What's the name of the YouTube guy that got really big? You and I are not going to get this one right. We're not the right age.
Oh, yes.
Alex Warren.
Oh, I was thinking Jesse, that kid Jesse.
Oh, they're all the exact same. Also, maybe this stuff has always existed, and only now am I absorbed in it because it's not targeted at me anymore. Maybe it's targeted because now it's targeted just below me.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe I'm recognizing it, but it's all the exact same. There's a playbook for all of it, but you still fumble. How does he still fumble it?
Well, I mean, usually popular contemporary Christian music had their own award ceremonies, had their own radio stations, their own genre. And I think the proof is in the pudding. If you're making money off of it, it's going to get more and more popular. And we've known throughout the history of, religion, there's always grifters. There's always some Kenneth Copeland. There's always somebody that will use it to get money and power off of it, to take advantage of people and get money and power off of it. And again, I don't want to paint with too broad of a brush here. I'm not going to speak for you, Fred, but myself is, if you find God and you find Christ and you find whatever it is that adds meaning to your life and makes you a better person, go crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about you, true believer. I'm not talking about you who's trying to live a Christ-like life and try to improve yourself and your family and your community. Not you. Not talking to you right now. But these grifters who are taking advantage of people and stealing money from the pockets of the church and the congregation for their own personal gain, it's icky. It's disgusting. And when you see it happen, you should call it out. You should bring attention to it. Just because they say Jesus, just because they say God, does not mean they're Christ-like in any way whatsoever.
And it's hard to convince that audience that already wants to absorb it, right? And that audience is a vast audience. That audience loves rock and roll music. They love country music. They love rap music. They're like anyone, right? So whenever I just pulled up the list right here. So whenever it gets intertwined, because that's almost like a foolproof algorithm for so many of those people. For so many of those people, the second that whatever song hits, and then I think we've talked about this before, at least historically, or maybe even off the air, but there's this terrible idea that the definition of masculinity is somehow safe in religion. It's masculine to be religious, but it's not to I just refuse to go to Saudi Arabia because they're unfair to women. It's
Sure.
not to be in tune with your emotions and feelings and an understanding of your well-being and others and those that surround you and speak to a mental health professional. And all those things don't count. But you can be super masculine if you claim you love God and you work hard. And I go, that's it? That's the one? That's where you guys are all, that's where you're putting your talons? I don't get that. I don't, but I do. I do for those that absorb it. And then, like we said, there's no escape because you're stuck in the cycle of your algorithm.
Sure. And then, I talk about this all the time when it comes to people who are fooled by these snake oil salesmen, there's a
Yeah.
certain element of cognitive dissonance. And if you don't know what that is, cognitive dissonance is a psychological term that if you are shown information that is contrary to your beliefs, you don't change your beliefs due
Yeah.
to this accurate information. It makes your beliefs stronger. And when somebody provides you with alternate information that's true and proven, you get literal physical pains from it.
The
Like it hurts you to feel this information and to forego that pain of you being incorrect, to forego that pain of you having to change your mind on a topic. Instead, you just put a turtle shell on top of it. You let it harden over and it makes your belief stronger.
Well, and yeah, hard yes, ellipses, because so much, I'll use like rap music, because rap music didn't exist in the form that we know until, give me a real number, man, 30 years ago? 30?
Late
right?
80s? Are you talking about like the origins of hip hop or like as
Sure.
we know it?
I'll go with that. Let's say we'll split the difference. 35 years ago. Okay.
Sure.
And what is that? That's evolution. That's reinventing. And that's why it was so hated upon by, people named Reagan, or that's why it was so hated upon by those that supported them, because you don't have to evolve whenever you can base all of your morals and comprehensions and rhetoric of pick your timeline, right? 2,000 years ago, longer than that, whatever. And you can say, well, 2,000 years ago, or let's even say 1,000 years ago, people had this belief system, and they invented standardized parts, and they invented electricity, and you just go, so they must have been good people, and you go, God damn, like that's not the association you think it is, but that's like it's used that way, right? And that's why I think it's so lazy right now, because there's not a willingness to learn Spanish so you can understand how Puerto Rico is putting out the biggest artist in the world, because you would have to learn something. And
sure.
You hate that.
Yeah, you would have to change your belief structure, and you would have to change the dialogue that you've been using for other people. A lot of people do this with Holy Scripture. You only highlight the chapters and the verses that you like, that appeals to you.
Yeah.
You pick and choose. You talk about the same Christ that tells you to give away all your possessions to the poor. You're talking about the same Christ that turns over the tables of the moneylenders outside of the temple. You still talking about the same Christ who tells you to turn the other cheek, who says, love your neighbor. That guy, that same dude, is this the one that you're backing ICE for? Is that Christ-like, what they're doing to people? Not only immigrants, not only naturalized American citizens from other parts of the world who did it the right way, who are still getting thrown out, but now they leveled up to killing American citizens. Like, we can wave the flag all we want, and we can love Jelly Roll's lyrics, but what are you doing about it? Is any of this that's going on right now really Christ-like? Look yourself in the mirror and tell me that.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too.
It's a sports show.
Oh yeah. I mean, moral obligation by us, right? Like, because that's what this is, and that was like that was some of that messaging. Like, if you really want to be that guy, it's what's thy neighbor, right? And thy neighbor is beyond tribe, beyond race, beyond class, beyond belief. And for whatever reason, like, that's lost. And the idea of like serving others and not ruling, that is lost. Like, all those things are lost. And you and I are not at all in this world on Sundays. Like, that's not our thing. We don't live there, but we're aware.
Sure.
And for whatever reason, and I think it's because other genres, and again, tying it back to music, reasons that other genres of this are lost, and it's working really well for white guys right now, is because white guys aren't celebrated in these other ones. Like, white guys aren't in rock and roll the way they used to be. Shabuzi is the biggest rock and roll guy, right? White guys aren't in rap music the way they used to be. It's just not centered toward them. And you're like, Fred, they've never really been in there, but it was culturally acceptable for them to enjoy it, and now for whatever reason, that acceptability is gone. Like, and they try to win you back, right? Like, that genre tried. Like, Childish Gambino tried. Like, you look at the way Kendrick Lamar was dressed at the Super Bowl last year, and you go, that's a white guy fit. Like, they're trying to do the things, but in that circle of hate-filled, bigoted white dudes. They're like, no, we're gonna go with this one that says only God knows why. I think that's a Kid Rock one. Like,
Sure, you got me there. No clue.
because it's easier. It's easier. Oh, okay, cool. That's what we need to focus on. Easy.
I mean, you've seen it throughout the history of music, especially American popular music. The culture will latch onto something.
Yeah.
They will water it down to make it more commercially accepted, and then run it into the ground and find the next thing.
Yeah.
That's what you've been seeing the past 5-6 years with this country rap hybrid stuff about people rapping about dirt roads in their trucks and chicks in short shorts. And now the country rap has moved into the God world, where if you don't, have a truck and have a cross sticker on the back of your truck, you aren't part of our club.
And I don't want to be part of that club, but I do know who you're talking to. Other big takeaways from the night: Billie Eilish won Song of the Year with Wildflower. I'm a big Billie Eilish fan culturally. I'm a big Billie Eilish fan impact-wise. I cannot get into Billie Eilish's music. It is too slow. It is to grind my beer on the counter at Uptown Sports Bar. It is too not for me. But I believe Billie Eilish is good for the kids. So big winner for Song of the Year. Record of the Year, Luther by Kendrick Lamar with SZA. Let's Go St. Louis, represented in that one. I didn't know this best new artist, Olivia Dean. Are you familiar with this British wave of music?
No, I'm not familiar with her work, but I don't want to gloss over Kendrick too easily. Like what he's been doing in the music world since he gained popularity, it's unprecedented in the history of a genre, how he has taken over not just the awards and accolades of his peers, but also like popularity and sales. And he's like the Mr. Everything in this genre now. And for somebody who's like been a fan, it should be no secret to the OG friends of the show that I've been a big Kendrick guy for a long time. I think he's the smartest, the most talented, the most streetwise and cultural wise, and the way he can represent that through his music. It's incredible to see his rise of being such a talented artist and making it popular at the same time. It's wild.
And he's not
just past Jay-Z for most nominations and wins all time in hip hop.
Well, and he's industry celebrated now. I think there was a narrative around him, at least early on, where it was like he wouldn't be. For some reason they were going to keep him on the outside in, and he's literally the face of it. Like, and I don't know if he transformed it, or if it just tried to catch up with him or whatever. But he's absolutely made that imprint. And then album of the year is and forgive me if I don't have this exactly right, DB Tiras Mas Fotos, and it's by Bad Bunny. It's the first Spanish language album to win album of the year. I get it. You know what I mean? The thing that's so interesting about him is, the most spoken language around the world is English. Cool. The second most is Mandarin. Cool. The third most is Spanish, which is like kind of incredible. And he's taken that language and turned it into a worldwide relatable endeavor. And I was like doing it in my head, I was like, who has even been in the mix? Like, I was trying to come up with anyone historically, and I'm talking like not Chat GPT. I'm talking like, well, Santana, but not really. And I was doing
I think for what Bad Bunny's doing right now for Spanish language music, there's only been one comp in the history of this thing, and it's Selena. You could send a shout out to Gloria Estefan, but I think Selena is the only one that transcended her own genre the way Bad Bunny's doing right now.
The greatest one-hit wonder of all time is the Macarena. But that's not an album. That was a one-off banger, like,
or a career like Bad Bunny's building in movies, in WWE, spokesperson for pitching products,
halftime of the Super Bowl. Like, there's a ton, right? Speaking of career, I tell you what, they just threw one for no reason whatsoever to Steven Spielberg, who's now achieved the EGOT ban. He won a Grammy for the John Williams documentary. Sure. Like, when he directed it, I guess.
It's a reach.
It's
Did he make the music? Like, I don't know why this is a Grammy category, but I guess throw him a bone.
Cardi B and Selena Gomez both skipped. That to me is the thing, because they're both nominated. So I don't know what the messaging is behind that. I mean, it could be something as easy as disinterest, but it could be something significant as a statement that will eventually come. But that was the thing. Bruno Mars put on a show. He hasn't really done that with new music in like 10 years. So he's on the comeback, which I think is good for music. I heard he wasn't making music. It had something to do with he owed a bunch of money to like he owned legitimate money to like casinos. I don't mean like mobster money. He owned like on the books money. And then there was some sort of arrangement where he had to pay it back, or that's why he was doing the residency. And then it had something to do with royalties from music, and he wasn't producing new music because he didn't want to pay the royalty. I don't know if any of that's true. That might just be conspiracy stuff. But he came back in a big way. So look for Bruno Mars to take over every Acura commercial for the next 5 years.
Do you see Tyler, the Creator's performance?
He was in the mix at the end too, huh? But he walked away.
That was one of the most complex performances on an awards show ever. Multiple stages, wardrobe changes, explosions. It was wild what he was able to do.
He's gonna get lost in the end, like in time. Like he's not gonna be remembered as one of the best to ever do it by any means, because he's always like a second or third place guy. Like there's like who's the best quarterback in the NFL ever? Tom Brady. We can name the other ones that were there while he was there, but they will never get what he got. And that's where he is. He's stuck behind like Lamar's. He's stuck behind who was right before that?
Your old and white is showing right now, because he was just also in an Oscar nominated movie, Marty Supreme. And he's like culturally relevant. He is a big deal right now.
Yeah, but he don't win.
Oh, I mean, I don't think he's looking for awards. I think he's looking to be the most popular weird guy in the world, which he is incredible at.
I don't know, man. He's okay. He got a Grammy for best album cover. What is that?
Okay.
Is that? Did this make
all of his album covers have been incredible in their defense.
He won his first ever. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like I was underinformed here. He won the first ever Grammy. Oh, they literally made this category for him. This is so stupid. He won the first ever Grammy for best
Spielberg
album cover. Yeah. He's just a solid backup. Like,
are you worried for Justin Bieber? Does he seem okay?
Yeah, he's good.
Good. Okay, good.
What were you worried about?
I know there's been a lot of worries about him doing drugs in public on the internet. This stuff pops up on my algorithm every once in a while, but I really enjoyed that performance.
It was weird.
I don't know the artistic vision because he dressed like he went out to get the newspaper and the door locked behind him. Like, I don't understand his fashion and design choices, but that stripped down song and him just pouring his heart out on stage is like, well, Bieber's back.
He didn't have
if everybody in that building, like, I hope you had your galoshes on, because that carpet was soaked after he was done.
He didn't have Bell's palsy. He had the other one, Ramsey Hunt.
Okay.
And as a Bell's palsy survivor, I'm like speaking from experience here. When it doesn't ruin your life forever, when your face doesn't work, there's a lot of motivations to just get right. Like when my face came back, I was like, oh, I think I've done this on, and as a survivor, this is not appropriation. But like when my face didn't work, I talk like that. It was like, that's my resting face. That's my like this. So I'm telling you, I think he's not in a crisis right now. That's my opinion. If that is an acceptable answer. Yeah, he's okay.
He's coming back in a big way now after that performance.
Yeah, I mean, health setbacks, that's fine. Not in a crisis. Official diagnosis for old Justin Bieber. We got one final break before we give you 2 final minutes. You listen to 2 and On. Welcome back to Two Men On. Welcome back to the program. I'm Fred Slow. That's Van Nunley. And we're doing it with you for a handful of minutes here before we wrap this thing up. Van, I can't trust anything in the whole world anymore because of AI, and I'm to the point where I hate it so much, and I fear absorbing any information from anyone because I don't know where their source is, and I fear how good I am or not good I am at checking every single thing that I learn off of the internet. Thoughts?
It's a bummer, right?
Yeah.
Especially anything visual right now. It's just like, okay, is this enhanced by AI? Is it straight up AI? How much AI is this actually portraying to me right now? And I spend so much time like looking up fake news articles and checking these videos and like these viral smash hits that keep popping up on my algorithm. It's like a few months ago, it was pretty obvious it's fake, but the technology is increasing so fast, it is scary.
There has to be like a full circle of it too, where maybe you and I should start this. I know we're kind of coming to the end here, but can we start like the no AI like source? Like, is there a where it's just this web address will have 0% verified by AI? Like, is there a like a money making avenue that we haven't pursued? Because that needs to exist like yesterday.
The notofficialintelligence.com.
Is that a thing?
It should be. Buy that website right now.
Artificiallyintelligent.com is everyone I know.
As excited that we're going to start doing Mondays at Uptown Sports Bar.
Yeah.
We glossed over the fact that we're going to be back at Rio Bravo Brewing on Wednesday.
That's not.
And here's a topic AI related that I would love to discuss with you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
AI started their own social media website. Have you seen this?
No.
They are some kind. I started a religion and a social media website only for AI bots, and there's been over 3,000 AI bots sign up for it, and they share their own social media. And there's been trying to sabotage their human owners. They're trying to sue their own human owners for rights, and it is getting crazy as fast as it can possibly be. We should start the show on Wednesday at Rio Bravo with this.
This is like whenever 15-year-old me used to just set my Sims to random existence and watch them on the screen and eat popcorn. I hate this.
Yeah.
I hate this, and it's here.
They have their own CAPTCHAs.
No, I hate
So, yes, they do. They have their own CAPTCHAs so human beings can't sign up. So instead of a human having to click a box of a human thing, a human or robot has to click a box of a robot thing, and you have to do it 10,000 times in a minute. So humans can't do that fast. Yeah.
10001.
Yeah, exactly.
Good program today. Van, final words?
Oh my goodness. Come hang with us at Rio Bravo on Wednesday.
That's going to be good. Pro wrestling this weekend. Then we're at Uptown Sports Bar on Monday. I would say it's official. The boys are back.
Let's do it, baby.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.